Yuzhong, it's okay. Naubusan, I think yung Lunox would have been perfect for for Eagles, pero ang ganda ng coverage ng Smart Omega, binan agad nila yon. Now, looking at this for Smart Omega, I think you're right. Harith could be good. Or siguro Yisun Shin na lang din para sa other side. Merong konting consideration on the Hayabusa, but I feel that those two heroes that we mentioned first, yung Harith and the YSS, it might be the priority for Smart Omega.
Yes. Well, I do like, Claude, yeah, it totally makes sense. We're gonna be given a lot of physical damage coming here for Smart Omega. Yeah, Smart Omega bringing down the marksman. Kumbaga, they're actually, if not only the team, pero one of the teams talaga na nag-fully utilize ng mga marksman on their lineup. And slowly, no, bumabalik na rin talaga yung marksman into the drafting. Speaking with here on Smart Omega. How about you, Wolf? Would you really like yung mga ganitong klase ng drafting?
Yeah, this is so open. May up for consideration pa, up for debate kung maganda na ba na i-funnel ang isang Claude. If you are confident as a team, for sure ay maganda siyang piliin. Pero kung ganito na parang is it actually a band-aid answer mula sa Smart Omega, dun mo sasabihin na pangit. But this game, Claude, I'm gonna be happy. Kung kayo maglaro ng Claude dito, masaya. Ang talagang kakatakot ka lang is ejector, but you can actually dodge that. Right? And this is perfect for the side of Smart Omega because Claude will have a free game. Mga kaibigan, game number 1 of this best of 3 series between LPE Eagles and Smart Omega. This tournament is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Boards. Let's go into the match na ngayon. Rob, what do you expect from the early stages? Tingin mo ba makakapag-farm itong Claude or will Lancelot actually take over in the early stages?
I'm totally thinking since there's gonna be a Claude and most likely it's on the mid lane, it's gonna be Haji Zero. So, or probably yun nga yung mangyayari doon. Ang iniisip ko kasi, no, the Yuzhong is gonna be a perfect fit together with the Khalid. Parehas may execute dito and for sure hindi gagamit ng Purify or whatnot dito ang isang mid lane na Claude kasi siya yung pinaka magiging jungler nila at the same time. So, there's a part of me that if LPE could be able to utilize their execute or ma-focus nila dito, I think the Claude could be an easy or rather very squishy dito on the early stages. Pero it's up to Haji to dodge those skills. And of course, yung Lancelot din dito, like a burst damage.
And obviously, parang ito din yung kalaban ng ng LPE kanina. It's a Uranus and Farsa combination. But this time, binubuli na nila. Now, Jake the Dog naman ang magko-control ng ating Yuzhong. Kanina, the Yuzhong nakakuha siya ng first blood, but Ryota actually bullying Cartesi. This is the power of the side lane Cali that we are seeing right now. At ibang parte naman ng mapa, Rob, it's actually Yelly Haze on this Valier. Sobrang solid, one of the favored na heroes. At samantala si Heath naman ay isang Hilda na really mang-i-invade lang talaga. Manggugulo lang to ng ating Lancelot.
Oo, pero
Cartesi go. Oh my goodness.
I think that was very unfortunate for Cartesi talaga. Actually, nabuhay na siya on the very first execute ni Ryota as well, almost 1 HP yung nakatira, nakauwi siya. Pero talagang binabahayan ni Bimo yung orange buff doon ni Haji. And that was very unfortunate nga at na-pick off pa doon yung Farsa.
Oh my goodness, Aspect actually not getting the purple buff. Tas the first blood pa siya ni Heath with that flicker. And Smart Omega, kahit pa nakuhaan sila ng isang side lane kill, mas maganda ba ang kanila nakuha because that is a kill on the funnel. While for Smart Omega naman, ang move nila dito, yung Hilda and Uranus ganging up together to look for that orange buff. So parang yung Eagles natanggalan na ng purple buff dun sa kanilang carry. Nag-contest pa yata yung orange, but actually Lancelot will get that. Habang si Heath naman ay binubuli lang itong si Arms. Rob, how important is this first purple buff na hindi nakuha ng Lancelot?
Malaking bagay. Kasi in terms of in rotation wise Pero I think may bawi pa naman if ever man makuha nila dito si Genji, pero si Hina, sakto ang dating.
He's actually protecting Uranus. Then there, napilitan si Jake the Dog na mag-ultimate Genji will be taken out. Jake the Dog using his ultimate for that one. I think that's also massive. The fact na naboy si Aspect, I think that's good. Nagla-last din na lang dito. Tapos si GZ naman ay nakapag-farm ng kanyang sarili. Mag-isa. Heat might be in trouble, or is he actually? Medyo nagumanap siya dito against Jake the Dog, and Aspect is actually gonna be able to retreat dun sa anyang turret. Jake the Dog and the gang will just clear out the waves and magtitake na lang ng damage doon sa outer turret energy shields while into the orange buff of the Smart Omega squad. A bit of second one for Had GZ. Nandito na si Bimo at si Ryota bullying out Had GZ, trying to take away this orange buff. Nandito si Kenji para protektahan din naman si Had GZ. Natry na lang ng Omega na makuha to, but that is gonna be the retribution by Had GZ to take that one. Beautifully done. Go for Bimo para mag-back na lang sila doon. Rob, I think that the turtle will be for the side of Eagle.
Oo, tingin ko, well spent yun eh. Regardless na kuha doon ni Haji yung orange buff niya, tingin ko it's okay. Yung time na nakain doon nila Bimo, just being there, zoning out yung buff na yun, is naging kapalit is turtle. Look at the gold difference ngayon ng Eagles and Omega. It's almost close to 3,000. And it's a total different Eagle that we're looking in right now compared to what they had on the very first series of today. And now, Eagles, parang they're playing on their best right now. Kumbaga, ito yung talagang galaw ng Eagle. The early game prowess that they had during the Happy Feet Emperors, ito na yon, Wolf.
Oh, definitely. And I like this a lot kasi parang ang ginawa ng Eagles, instead of trying to outmatch etong ating Claude, they went in for the side lanes. Yun yung in-establish na yung control. Hindi man ganun agad ang start for the Lancelot because of the Kilda's presence. In the end, nakapag-farm pa rin naman yung mga ibang members ng Eagles and they also got 2 kills. That's why they are now leading. They're also making it hard for GZ to farm. Little bit of a tussle in the mid lane. Nakita si LAC ito pero naman pwede sa mag-gumamit ng flicker. Ultimate coming out from arms. But Jake the Dog sa may backlane. Si LAC is done for. Keep naman yata yung susunod na slow na nga rin with that retribution play. But Curtizy is gonna use the Marsa, but it's not gonna be enough. Napakita yung Jake the Black Bimo. Curtizy in trouble. Curtizy down. And Eagles will get 3 kills in total. Ginamit yung kanilang lamang in this early stage and now they are leading by a lot. Rob,
ang linis. That was very good dahil baka ma-pick up pa rin nila dito si Had GC. Nagamit niya ng BMI. Nakaabang doon si Bino sa likod pero buti na lang nandun si LA just to show them off and Bimoyo siya tayong mamamatay doon.
Punishment. Kenji might be in trouble because of this. Lancelot bad position sa side lane. Yellow Haze will go down. Ryota, sakwi ko hindi na tama kay Kenji pero sinihit na lang ang mamamatay. Early execute but they still get the kill nonetheless. Eagle on a roll now. Ang laki din ng lamang nila, Rob.
Ang laki.
GZ.
Definitely ang laki. This is already 3,000 and it's already halting down Had GC dito mga kaibigan. Amazing do it just to show the way. Oh my! Look at that. Ito na yung nagiging ngayon. Sagot niya doon sa tanong natin kanina, Wolf. Is this Claude have enough time para mag-scale or even provide enough damage? Lalo na napaka-squishy niya dito with 2 execute coming from the Eagles. Look at that. Kenji might actually die here, Wolf.
Yeah, Uranus is down sa may kanan. Yell Haze found by Aspect once again. Ganun din yung nangyari kanina. Aspect was able to find the Hadit. At kahit nababawasan na ibang members ng Omega, they still went in for the squishier targets. I love the decision making of Aspect now. The side of Eagles. And 5,000 agad ang nilamang ng Eagles at this point. Jake the Dog bullying out Hajizi para hindi makakuha ng purple buff. Smart Omega in trouble na pipilitan silang mag-group together while Eagles are just taking everything from the map right now.
Ang kailangan talaga nila. Kailangan turtle talaga to ng Smart Omega. They have to fully utilize here the Forza para hindi. Pero look at that. Going into the backlanes. Buti may tulak si Yellow Haze doon. Pero yung Torre doon sa gitna mukhang mababasag na nga din, Wolf. And here, Curtizy just using the Feather Airstrike para lang hindi agad-agad sila dito mapasok. Pero ito na yung ito na yung magiging sakit ng ulo nila dito, Wolf. Yes, meron tayong Farsa dito that could be able to get the minion waves, hindi agad-agad makapag-push dito ang Eagles. Pero ang pinaka magiging point of contention dito is actually gonna be the Yuzhong. Kasi he doesn't really need minion waves. Dahil papasukin ka niyan sa likod, given na may execute pa to, kayang-kaya niya i-burst down dito. Like even a lot.
My goodness, how cheesy! It's gonna be bursted down, pero may punishment yata sa Lancelot. Lancelot is gonna be shut down. Yellow Haze with a good punish, but Eagles try to assert their dominance sa bottom lane. Get the turret. And that combo mula kay Arves, that's deadly. May Sanguine Claws na pwede nila i-combo with the Thorn Rose. Para gitnang-gitna talaga yung damage output ng Eagles. We questioned a little bit itong Sicilian ng Eagles, but it actually makes a lot of sense now for the Eagles. Rob, what can Omega now do? Can they capitalize on this death of the Lancelot?
Yeah, probably. Medyo konting breather para sa kanila. Pero ang pinaka talaga, yung mga front line dito, yeah, the Sicilian does make a lot of sense. Kasi parang ang libre niya lang mag-skill eh. Na nasa harap yung Khalid, nasa harap yung si Jake the Dog, usual, and even Bimo. So, hindi mapuntahan sa likod yung Sicilian.
Ooh, Kenji is gonna survive with a silver fell kit. Nandito sa may gitna. Papalikin na ng mga members ng Eagles. Blazing to it. Onto Arms. Is there a punishment? Nice flicker to the right side. Para kay Arms. Makakatakas din dito si Claude. Gonna be safe for now. Aspect is here. It's gonna be tricky for Omega. Pwede ba sila magstay? They will try to fight. Third rows for Aspect para madodge yung konting skill shots. Cyclone 9 to get away. Still being chased down. Nice usage of the Phantom Execution. Nag-life steal na rin si Aspect for to keep himself safe. At daming nangyaring batuan ng skills doon but nobody dies. Marsta with the Predator Strike Aspect. It's still taking a lot of damage pero nakakoper siya ng purple buff. Heath cannot stop this at all. Ryota, nakita niya dito si Heath. But the members of Omega, hindi na muna sila lalaban. Bimbo actually trying to go for the ejector play but far too late. Haze gets out.
Kailangan talaga Wolf to. I-hold talaga to ng Smart Omega. Pero grabe, Bimbo with another ejector dito, ladies and gentlemen. Blazing duet ni Haji.
Finally, Arms goes down. Ryota in trouble. Pero meron pa siyang quicksand guard. Tignan natin kung kailan gagamitin. Not enough. Time to go for Heath. Heath survives. Aspect to the right, to the left side. At GC still chasing. Kumang BMI. May punishment. Third nose. Pero hindi. Kinulang double kill para kay GC. This is bad for the Eagles. Patuloy na patay. But the punishment onto GC with an execute. Wala kay Jake the Dog. Wonderful. Unstoppable force usage. Wala doon kay Bimo. Punishment was there. Little bit of breathing room para sa Omega. Jake the Dog trying to survive this. Against 3, kahit sobrang taas ng farm mo, baka hindi mo kayanan. Even when they're used up, but the sustain is there! Bimo trying to turn this around. With the help of Jake the Dog, dinedepensahan talaga nila yung kanilang mid lane. May cannon, nakaunti na lang yung buhay, and that's it. Defense for Eagles as they won't lose any turret from that engagement.
Well played yon, Wolf, para kay Jake the Dog and as well with Bimo. Kasi kung hindi nila napatay doon, number 1 si Haji, that is a potential lord for the side of Smart Omega. Then given yung ginagawa nilang pag-show off, wala rin na-accomplish. Yes, namatay yung tatlong members dito ng Eagles, pero Smart Omega didn't even accomplish anything from that position dahil namatay si Haji and they actually tried to kill yung Yuzhong, and from there, parang nasayang yung breather na naibigay sa kanila, yung opportunity na yon from the Eagles.
We'll see if the Eagles will utilize naman yung ganun. But Arms needs to be careful now. Ryota on the middle of the fight. Si Kenji naman si Arms, but Arms will survive. Bad feast para din makapag-sustain. Ryota will go for the quicksand guard. Matala si Jake the Dog looking for an angle. Heath actually spotting Jake the Dog out. Kenji just spacing out the members of Eagles. Habang nagpa-fire naman si Aniyu dito sa may kaliwa. Try to go for the blazing duet at retribution play para makuha yung purple buff play. Ryota in trouble. Ryota goes down at GZ. Punishes that one out. And what? A kill on the Lancelot. This is bad for the Eagles. Dalawa na patay. Omega slowly inching their way to cut this deficit.
Indeed.
Eagles built.
Wolf, indeed, this is a very bad news para sa side ng Eagles. Slowly, nakakabawi dito Smart Omega. They were already on almost 8,000 deficit earlier. Ngayon, it's been slimmed down to 3,000, and Haji, nagkakaroon na siya, nagiging libre na, nararamdaman mo na yung damage niya dito with the items, and this might be a potential na Lord para sa kanila. And mukhang makukuha nga yata nila to Wolf.
Kung haka-respawn pa lang din dito ni Ryota at si Aspect a few seconds more, they will have to walk their way towards the Lord, pero konti na lang yung buhay. Retribution could be there. Where is it? The Lord will be taken by the Claude. Bimo in trouble. Bimo, mababuhay pa ba? Arenyon tumakas, blazing to it to cancel that one out. They're trying to overrun GC, but GC gets out of the BMI. May na-kill pa dito on the Jawhead. Jake the Dog in trouble as well. Slow down. Pinapaligiran ng 4 na members ng Omega. Tinatry niyang mag-survive. Kaya ba niya? He's trying to survive, but can be shut down. Oh, my goodness. Smart Omega, what a comeback. And nung 8k deficit nga na sinabi mo, Rob, it's nothing now.
It's definitely nothing. This is a 1,000 still lead from the Eagles, but this is a Lord. 2-man down for the side of the Eagles. And the Claude, kung mapapansin mo, nandun na siya sa batang gitna, hindi pa na-burst down dito ng Eagles. And how will they be able to come back from this position? The Eagles draft were supposed to win an early to mid game. They've done that. They've got their power spike. Pero sudden flip na nangyari dito, Smart Omega just showing yung experience na meron sila as a team, Wolf.
It seems like it. Mukhang ganun nga kasi tama yung targets na ginaw nila mga later stages of the game na. So, dalawang outer turret na nawala. Dalawang second tier turret. Nakuha ng Smart Omega, isa na lang yung outer turret ng Eagles. Well, technically speaking, this is an inner turret. Yung tier 2 turret po sa Mobile Legends is what we call the inner turret. So that's only one for Eagles right now. Even na rin, tig-5 turrets na nakuha na para sa teams. And even if you look at the gold, it's actually in favor of the Smart Omega squad now. The comeback is real. Ang tanong, Rob, will Eagles be able to utilize yung kanilang hero for this late game? Kaya ba na Sicilian at ng Yuzhong to? Because Lancelot, hindi na ganun kalakas in the late stage.
Indeed. Well, I mean, the Lancelot, kumbaga nagkakaroon talaga ng parang point of ano yan na parang hanggang doon lang yung kanyang power spike. Pero, of course, there is this kind of thing, yung may ejector doon from hit. They could potentially do still this, Wolf, if they're able to pin down, of course, dito si Haji. Pero kung mapapansin mo, sobrang dulas. I mean, yung BMI ni Haji, ang hirap niyang hulihin. And given yung mga frontline niya dito is providing him a lot of vision. Pero ito na, pasok dito si Jake the Dog sa likod.
They really love to take her dizzy. Jake the Dog, kumakuha niya yung kill na yun with the execute play. Not even an execute usage dito. Will he be punished? He's being controlled by Kenji as well. Pero dito sa may bandang gitna, pinapalilaban. Aspect versus GC, and GC wins it! And may buha pa sila kill onto Bimo. Smart Omega are running down the members of Eagles. The Arch trying to survive, but the Sicilian can survive against 3. At yun na nga, Omega runs down Eagles. 3 for the price of 1.
Yeah.
Rob, sinacrifice sila yung Farsa, but this is a much better cause for Omega.
Definitely. They could have done it for GC. Pero I think Jake the Dog realized that he could be able to bring down doon for GC. Pero the cost is very costly nga dahil dito, mukhang Smart Omega, the stable sub-turn indeed, Wolf.
Oh my goodness, and that's a wipeout. Sakto pa rin, mag-respawn na si Curtizi. And only Bimo as well as Arms to defend here. And papupoy na rin si Aspect. And Omega actually will respect this. 35 seconds before the Lord respawns. Tignan natin kung ang Smart Omega ba ay maghihintay nun or they try to take the pickups. And Smart Omega, knowing this as an very systematic team, Rob, mukhang maghihintay pa talaga sila ng kanilang chance para kumuha ng Lord.
They don't want to risk it. I mean, ang hirap nung ginawang defense kanina ng Smart Omega coming from the deficit na yon. And now they are on the lead. They are the one who sets the tempo ngayon here on going into the late game, or rather on the late game. Kaya nandito na yung Luminous Lord. And it's gonna be very hard para din naman sa side dito ng Eagles to contest the Lord. Here, it's either palalabasin nila si Jake the Dog and somehow a lucky retribution magagaling from Aztec. Pero hindi na yata hihintayin ng Smart Omega ang Lord.
Bimo had to use the flicker as well as the conceal coming out from the Shadow Mask.
Oo.
At ang daming commitment noon para lang mabuhay. And now, Omega, they're feeling confident. Look at the damage output from GC. Pero sabi niya dito, laban na lang muna. Nakita niya si Ryota sa may kaliwa. Jake the Dog is here to defend against GC. But GC, advanced play. BMI to the left side this time. Babalik pa siya doon. Sabi Claus, masyado maaga. In comes the Raging Sandstorm. Defensively, blazing forward. Ryota goes down. Nailings kata si Bimo dito using the unstoppable force in bad spots. Bimo is gonna go down. A double kill para kay GC. Farsa with the feather strike, slowing Aspect para sakto. Mahuli siya ng Omega. And this is trouble for the Eagles. Only 2 to defend, but the base will not survive. Omega takes game 1.
That was GC. Perfect positioning, Wolf. O papansin mo, he actually made a mistake going in a BMI doon sa gitna. And nandun din si Aspect, the Lancelot was waiting for him. Ang ginawa niya, hindi siya bumalik kasi inaabangan na siya doon sa kay Dexter, yung kanya mismong BMI. What he actually did, he actually went deeper into the base. Binlock niya yung minion wave, then he goes down, and sakto, nagsama-sama na doon dahil hinahabol na nila doon yung Claude. A perfect blazing duet sa likod, and it's all history for the side of the Eagles. It's a very good run. Indeed, early to mid game, it's all about the Eagles, pero this is still a very well-experienced team. And yeah, they're just showing us who is a better team in terms of decision making. Smart Omega, props to them. GC, he actually played it all throughout. Yung ano niya persistence niya dito, Wolf, is actually even resilience, lahat na ng pwedeng adjective na pwedeng ibigay dito kay Haji, kulang pa. Dahil sobrang ganda ng performance niya dito on this game.
I want to say, Smart Omega, they did play it perfectly nung pagbangon na nila. But, talagang nakita mo nag-struggle sila in the early stages. Ang question ko sa'yo, Rob, is just more about the draft? Kaya naman talaga lumamang yung Eagles. Alam ba ng Omega na talagang lugi sila sa early? Kaya hinayaan lang nila. Tapos, nung nakahanap sila ng opening, doon na sila lumaban. Is it as simple as that, Rob?
Quite. Yeah, there is a yes and no. I mean, it was actually a yes for me. Na in terms of the draft, I think Eagles could be able, could potentially be to close up this game. Kaso nagkaroon sila ng part going into the late game na it was actually BMO trying to eject someone from Omega. Kumbaga, they're trying to get a pick off from there. Kaso nga lang, ang nangyayari dito na micro, sinabi na natin Smart Omega, very fundamental type of team na doon nila nilaro yung ginagawa ng LPE, wherein the LPE could just choke. Kumbaga, wag nilang palabasin si Haji. Kumbaga, the only minion, or rather may ibang mga teams na ginagawa nila, hindi nila mismo inaano yung minion waves para lang hindi makapag-farm yung core nung kalaban. Pero yeah, that's a
freeze muna, di ba?
Oh,
well, we'll see sa highlights, Rob, kung paano nga ba nag-build up ng momentum ang LP Eagles at paano din nawala. Like this first blood, and continuously aspect, nahirapan siya sa early stages, pero eventually, nakabawi rin siya talaga with the help of his teammates. And early game, guys, if you missed that match kanina at ngayon lang kayo nanonood, magugulat kayo dahil yung performance talaga ng Eagles was really commendable in the early stages. Actually, Rob, can you remind everyone kung kailan nga ba talaga nagkaroon ng control na ulit ang Omega as we're watching the highlights?
I think it was during the method. Ito yung part, rather we're not still on the part. I think that was sometime around 11 to 12 minute mark wherein pinipilit na nila na magkumuha ng pick up dito on the side of the Smart Omega. Pero all throughout dito, mapapansin mo, even with the dun sa mga turtle fight, it was all about the Eagles. And hirap dito yung Smart Omega. Even Haji at some point hindi niya na makuha yung buff niya kasi totally na binablock na rito. Pero ang nangyari kasi dito, sa sobrang pilit minsan ng pag-pick off nila, napupunta sila into awkward position na natutulak sila dito ni Yeli Hayes. Then, like, katulad dito, Ryota was actually in the middle of the members here ng Smart Omega. And para silang napapaisa-isa. Kung mapapansin mo, this is a 5v4 and look at Jake the Dog. Ang dami na nangyari noon. Ngayon pa lang siya dito makakadating. And from there, nakabangon dito ang Smart Omega. Rather, ito pala, the 11-minute mark.
This is it. And Lord Take, syempre, hindi enough para sa Eagles yung timing para dito, syempre. And GC, when he enters, kahit pa na-combo na siya dito, na BMI na handa to get out. And Eagles was just able to, Omega, was just able to run them down. Tuloy-tuloy. Ito na sana, you would understand, you know what, kahit namatay doon si Aspect, i-comment mo kung ano yung idea na gusto niyang gawin. It's just that the execution wasn't perfect. But, yun na lang talagang kailangan mong gawin eh. You need to make that gamble para at least may chance kayo na ma-turn around. Kahit matalo kayo, at least you tried. Unfortunately, Omega was the more fundamentally sound team. Mas kalmado sila, mas alam nila kung paano tapusin yung laban. And Omega eventually took this game out of what? A big deficit of 8,000? I'm not sure. Yun yung pinakamataas na lead nila.
It is. Around 8,000 lead from the Eagles going in. Pero yes, of course, Wolf, this is undeniably the MVP of the game, of course, had GZ